just gaining a deeper relationship with Mother Earth and knowing the history of it, and you know creating that sacred space of just having more of a deeper connection. And it's been very like beautifully saturated from the beginning, and it's constant like throughout the classes of just having that deep connection and appreciation for what's around us. So that's been like such a great experience of there's one thing of just putting some water tanks out and doing this, and but now kind of what do I say, putting more of like the rituals of just I made a spiral today with rocks and some old shells that I had saved from Florida from a trip. And so it's just kind of giving back and appreciating what's around me, and also now seeing it in a bigger picture of making my sacred space and what that looks like, and how I can really, you know, work with the land and, gravity feed water rather than making it over here. So it's, more difficult to get. So it's really the practicality of it is very refreshing. So I'm super thankful for it to be constantly reminded of like our connection to Mother Earth, and we always kind of get back to that, and that's just like really refreshing and heartening. So yeah, I really appreciate this class, and knowing that we have done this together, that we can all reach out to one another.
The practicality that we had, but also like the whole scope, and I think I would say spaciousness for about of how to approach the land, and for the inclusiveness of the context, like the colonization, like bringing that into a prominent place of, hey, it just is. Where do we go from that? And the spirituality, and as a teacher, just being vulnerable enough to start sharing into that space that we're sort of what's the right word? Little seeds of potentiality of where the direction could go, and then holding the space for all of that. So I'm just, yeah, appreciative of the inclusiveness of all that we did get exposed to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going back and re-listening to stuff again to get it more concrete.
By sort of laying that groundwork in the beginning, it allowed us to go places with it, and really to trust and be comfortable and be able to open up and say, well, wait a minute. Like, there's big things happening in this world, and we need to kind of share what's going on inside before we can go share what's outside. And I appreciated all of you, and Amanda, especially you, saying, yeah, let's take a moment, because we're we're human beings, and we all come to this computer with not just the everyday stresses and strains and everything, but the big, huge things that we're dealing with on a big moral or spiritual or soul level or whatever you want to call it. And I felt that it was important, and I appreciated that. And I know I pushed it a little bit, so I was glad that everyone, and that's what makes me really appreciate all of you more, is your willingness to say, yeah, let's kind of share.
I loved how we were all able to get together really early on in the class. I think it really helped like grow that bond that we created. And just throughout the different opportunities you've invited us to your land, it's really helped. I'm just a person who like I don't particularly like Zoom meetings or anything, and I don't feel a bunch of like connection through the screen. So I really valued the in-person events.
The timing, logistics wise, like a Thursday evening Zoom call, that's worked really well. Um, I love that there's like the spaciousness to interact with the material because a lot of it's been placed there um, prior to the class, even weeks before. And so if there's any additional readings or podcasts to listen to, I really appreciate, I mean, as a student, in school currently, and it's just nice to have that material available to feel like, oh, I can show up and I can show up where I'm at and I can show up a little bit more prepared.
So sometimes people are wondering about access to the recordings and access to the forum. And you'll have access to the recordings pretty much forever until the sun burns out.
Performing the little ceremony as as it's getting darker, as the sun's going down, just added an extra layer, an extra element of specialness to it. And my youngest son, he was here with me, and of course, of course, he enjoyed the fire and all that, but he was also singing along too with the song.
And it feels really great to be here knowing that, um, yeah, I've got family and, you know, my work in this life is to help tend to the land. And so it just feels really great to be amongst others whose heart is in that as well. So,
Y'all are like, we're not leaving.
This community, this class, I mean, we learned a lot, and it was definitely a great primer to learning all sorts of things. And like others have said, I mean, each topic is a class unto itself. And so I just feel like we're just kind of crossing a threshold and taking with us this wisdom, this knowledge, this community, and just doing our part to uh, make the world a better place. I mean, we were born in this time and living in this time for a reason, and I think that's a part of it. We're here to you know to usher in and help usher in a new era.
I just have gratitude. It's it. My heart just feels full of gratitude. And yeah, also for that beautiful song, BK and Amanda. I loved your song too. It just moved things, both of those. So yeah, just gratitude.
Like, I'm just trying to give more opening to listen on a more energetic level, which I think, yeah, it comes through within the practical working and stuff, but like, I'm just curious what more is there for me to receive. And also, I get a lot from doing the land tending, but sometimes, just laying down on the land and seeing a bird fly above, or, just realizing, just acknowledging like, oh, this is it. Um, this is what I'm receiving. This is like what I get to absorb into me from the life of the planet and of the place. And yeah, and I'm excited to just continue that and continue our communications with each other. And I know I'll be seeing you all. I'm grateful for how you guys have deepened the mentorship program, because you've shown me where the circle can go. And that's going to be brought into the next one.
everything has just been super juicy and rich. It's going to bring so much life back to your soil.